Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I am basically just going to chill and do some swatches. If you've seen my recent art haul, then you know that I recently bought some Roman Szmal's colors, and I am trying to get out of the habit of like storing art supplies and not actually using them. And a good method for me has been swatching. So yeah, it's just going to be super relaxed, just chilling and swatching and looking at these beautiful colors and just playing around with them. Thank you so much for joining. Let me show you what we have so far. So one of the reasons that this brand caught my eye is because they are very affordable and they're meant to be quite good at granulating. So in theory, they could be a really nice alternative or addition to schminke. And I am kind of in two minds as to whether I like granulation or not. So I thought that this may be a good way for me to dip my toe in. So they're called Roman Szmal. You'll have to forgive my Crayolas. What's everyone up to this evening? There we go. Hey, Snow. Thank you so much for joining. So, not that this is a review, but just to show you, this is what I'm going to be doing. I got this Maiden palette from Amazon, and I bought it just so that I could have them stored all together. And if I want to buy more, then I will. If not, I can just leave it as it is. And my initial plan was to just like figure out an order after, or figure out an order with you. Hey, Gentle Panic, thank you for joining. But the reason that I've kind of like unwrapped them and put them in is that these they are full pans, but they don't actually come with any of the information. So they don't come with, as in the actual pan themselves doesn't have the color name, doesn't have the pigment information or anything like that. So because I got so many blues, I thought that it would be quite easy and potentially irritating to get them mixed up. So I basically put them in here and lined them up accordingly so that to avoid confusion. Hey, Colleen. Oh, welcome. What are you painting, Snow? And let me know. And what are you swatching, Gentle Panic? So my palettes are essentially generally split primaries plus or minus. So this first color that we have is, I always say this wrong, but it's Aureolin, but it is the hue. And the reason that I got the hue is essentially I've seen quite a few people doing light fast tests on these colors, not necessarily Roman Szmal, but other brands, and they do terribly. As in, they look so beautiful when they're put in, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, a year or so later, they turn into like this horrible brown color. So for that reason, I got the hue because I do still think it's a beautiful color. So it's PY151, it's medium staining, non-granulating, and it is semi-transparent. Then, sorry, my initial plan was to do this all before we started, but I finished work over an hour late. So it was either do it with you or cancel, which I didn't want to do. Oh, are they your favorites? I've heard so many good things. I recently asked in the community tab like what everyone's favorite colors is, and I didn't actually put it as one of the selected options, but of the ones that got mentioned, that Roman Szmal was definitely one of the popular ones. So this is quinacridone gold, and again, I like really warm yellows, which is why I got this. So it's PR102 and PY150. It is staining, transparent, and granulating. So we'll see. Oh, I can't wait to see your paintings. Now, you're going to add them to your Instagram. Then this color is Natural Sienna Light. And I don't really know 100% why I got this. I think my thought process at the time was that it was cheaper than other yellows. It looked like a decent-ish yellow. So why not? That's pretty much how far the thought process went. So it's PY43, which it says it's an earth pigment. It's medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-transparent. So those are like the yellows that I got. Then for the reds, let's still be careful and keep these like this. Thank you so much. I did a video actually, Gentle Panic, where I swatched the Daniel Smith blues, like from the dot cards, and they were so nice. Beforehand, I was saying that I didn't really consider myself a blues person, but I think that's in part what influenced me buying 5 different blues from Roman Szmal. So this is Pyrrole Red, which is PR254. It is high staining, medium granulating, and apparently semi-transparent. Then we have this. I mean, it looks so beautiful and so vibrant. I'm actually really excited. So this is Permanent Alizarin Crimson. And it is PR176, high staining, non-granulating, and transparent. Then we have this, which is Indian red. So I think I had Venice on the brain still. And this red just reminded me of like some of the buildings and the rooftops. And that's what essentially influenced me getting this. How do you guys tend to do your swatches? Are you very, do you have structured? I've seen some people use stamps as well. Or do you just kind of go for it? I find that I swatch in a different way each time. So this Indian red is PR101. It's medium staining, it is granulating, and it is opaque. And then last for the brownish colors, it is Cypress Burnt Umber. And this is PBR7, which quite often is burnt umber. I don't know what the cypress in front of it implies. It is staining, medium granulating, and semi-transparent. Then we have, so I didn't get that many greens because in theory I can mix them, but you know I love sap green, and for some reason this hooker's green reminds me of sap green, and thus I got this hooker's green. So it is hooker's green, which is PY150 and PB2. 27. I thought it would be PBR 27. It is staining, non-granulating, and transparent. Some tube stamps. Oh, it's so funny you should say that because I don't have tube stamps, but what I did do was for one of my swatches just paint out stamps, and that was actually quite a lot of fun. Like just paint out tubes really loosely. This is Perlin Green, which is PBK31. It is medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-transparent. Then we have this, which is Shadow Violet, and I've heard so many things about this color, which was why I got it. And one of the things that's quite nice about Roman Szmal is that this paper actually feels like light watercolor paper that they've swatched on. So they're probably, hopefully, they're a good representation. But I will show you if not. So this is Shadow Violet. It is PG50, PB29, PV19. So basically with all these pigments, it's pretty much a color that I would use independently. It is staining, granulating, and semi-transparent. Then we have Payne's Grey. I love Payne's Grey. Let me see. So Shadow Violet. So Payne's Grey, which as you know is one of my favorite colors as well, is PBK9, PB27, and PR264. It is medium staining. Oh, my pen's given up. Medium staining, non-granulating, semi-transparent, or rather semi-opaque. And then this one, which I couldn't help but opening. These are like candies when you open them as well. And this is Mineral Violet. And it is PB29, PV19. It is medium staining, granulating, and transparent. Yeah, now we go to the blues. I don't know how, at the time, I really did think all these blues were completely different, and I don't regret them. I don't regret getting them, but I can see that there is quite, they are quite similar. So this looks like ultramarine. Yes. I'll do this here so that I know it's a new line, and that there, new line. So this is Ultramarine Intense. It is medium granulating, medium staining, and semi-transparent. And it is PB29. It's like a staple in most palettes. This is Phthalo Blue Green shade. Am I the only one who used to say Phthalo Blue very much wrong for the longest time? And even when I heard people say Phthalo Blue, I didn't realize they were talking about this. So this is PB15-3. It is high staining, which is not surprising, non-granulating, and transparent. Then we have this, which is Ocean Blue. It is PBR24 and PB15-3. It is staining, medium granulating, and semi-transparent. We then have this beautiful turquoise. I know I recently bought a folder. So this is actually like my swatch book that I put together with the idea that because I've made it, I cut up a moleskin sketchbook. I then made it ring bound essentially so that I can add as many pages as I want and I can have it as like a loose catalogue of all the colors I have. And then I have a smaller swatch book that I made so that I could carry it around with me when I go to shops so that I know what colors I have, maybe mess around and see what colors go well together. Um, but like you, Gentle Panic, I have recently bought a folder and that was going to be like my organized swatch book. And I think that will take more time to put together, which is okay. But for now, I will use these two for the most part as my like initial go-to. Hold on 1 second. There's a moth. I'll be right back. I left the window open, which means that a moth got in. Back now. Sorry about that. So this is transparent turquoise, which is PB15-3 and PG7. And last but not least, we will cobalt teal. And normally I don't like cobalt colors. I say that because I didn't like cobalt violet at all. But there's something about the teals that are just so beautiful and so unique. So this is PG50. It is non-staining, medium. Oh, my pen. Non-staining, medium granulation, and semi-transparent. And the turquoise, which I didn't say, is high staining, which I'm kind of surprised by, non-granulating, and transparent. So these are the colors that we're going to swatch together. Oh, hey Annie, enjoy painting the flowers. That sounds like a beautiful time. Ah, hi Angela, Diganis. Hello Thread and Glue Designs. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so let's get started. So this first color is Aurelian Hue. And it is so pretty. Like it is a really nice, pretty yellow. I feel like it's warmer than I expected. I know quite a few people say it's like a standard road medium yellow. This is like was going to be my cool yellow, but I actually think it's a little bit warmer. I don't mind, but just something to bear in mind. It is PY151. It is medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-transparent. I am so happy that you're able to join. What are you doing, Angela? This is quinacridone gold hue, which is even warmer. This just reminds me of like a sunset, you know? Are you guys able to see it, or is the light making it too hard? Let me see if I put some of the lights away. I may make it just this. Thank you. It's actually like just my handwriting. It's something that I do try to practice because it is something that I want to get better at. Thank you so much, Colleen. And thank you for your lovely comments. Like, it's been so nice reading them. This is Natural Sienna Light, which, to be honest, looks like raw sienna. And I think that was the thing. When looking at the pictures, it looked like raw sienna, but it was cheaper. And so I decided to go for that instead. Next, we have Pyrrole Red, which is super bright. Whoa. It is PR254. It's high staining, medium granulation, and semi-opaque. These are so pigmented. Let's see, Permanent Alizarin Crimson. Oh, this is nice. It's like a cooler red. I can just imagine it making really beautiful purples. And I'm kind of going over the lines, so over like my biro, so that I can see if it really is transparent, and we can check that at the end. Next, we have Indian Red. Which looks brown. It just looks like a brown. Let's see. It's opaque, so I probably won't go completely over the lines. But I'll water it down a little bit so that we can see the different values of it. And now Cyprus Burnt Umber. Which looks like a standard burnt umber. It is PBR7. It's staining, medium granulation, and semi-transparent. It's granulating quite a bit, actually, in a really nice way. Thank you for the heads up, Threadingly. Oh, did you have a good day, Dynamine? Let's go on to this row. It was a good day. It was a busy day, but it was a good day. I have been doing clinics and like learning how to do scanning, and I think one of the highlights of my days was that my supervisor, casually said, "Oh, you're really good. Like you're really getting the hang of scanning. You're really good at scanning." And I was like, "Thank you, thank you so much," because it's something I do want to get. I do want to get better at. So it's good to know that okay, my hard work is paying off in that area. So this is Hooker's Green, and it is beautiful. I keep saying this. It reminds me of a sap green, which was why I got it. It is PY150 and PB27. It is staining, non-granulating, and transparent. Then we have Parylene Green, which is PBK31. Well, it's like a really moody green. It is stunning. It is medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-transparent. And Let's see. Next, we have Shadow Violet. So this has a reputation. I'm curious to see if it lives up to it. It's funny, on the pan it looks green, and because the pans themselves are not labeled, as I was saying earlier, it does make me wonder if it's actually the right color. But yeah, no, it is. It's like it looks green. No, it does. It's, I wouldn't say it's a violet. It looks like a gray. It's got PG50, PB29, and PV19. Oh, you can see the violet. No, it is actually a violet. It's got just got like hints of it almost. It is staining, granulating, and semi-transparent. And right next to it, we have Payne's Grey. Which palette did you get, Thread and Glue Designs? Wait, almost made a mistake. So I picked up the violet and was going to swatch it in the Payne's Grey area. I was like, this grey is looking very violety, but thank goodness I caught myself. So this is actually Payne's Grey. Let's see. Voila. I don't know what it is about Payne's Grey that I just love. It's always so moody. Like, I haven't yet swatched a Payne's Grey from a brand that I don't like. Some of them are more blue, some of them are more grey, but all of them I absolutely love. It's made up of PBK9, PB27, PR26. It is medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-opaque. I know that feeling. I actually have a course on tomorrow, so it's not quite the end of the week for me yet. But it will be calmer than like going into work and blah blah blah. It'll just be like a lot of brain work, but not so much physical work, if that makes sense. This violet is beautiful. You know how I keep like I'm going through like purple phase and I keep adding purples to everything. This is like the purple that I want, basically. This is the purple that I keep trying to recreate. Not only that, maybe this and like a little bit of red. Chef's kiss. It is made up of PB29, PB19. It is medium staining, granulating, and transparent. This sounds amazing. It literally sounds like what I want to do. I just want a break. And I know I had a break in March, but it only made me want to have more. This is ultramarine, which now we're going to the blues. Speaking of the sea. Yeah, Colleen, I can see I'm in good company. I honestly love the Payne's Grey. Don't know why. This ultramarine. So ultramarine, I find I have a love-hate relationship in that I tend to, I don't know, I find like with granulation, I like it to be, I want it to be like, I don't know how to explain it, intentional. I don't want every painting I do to like be granulating, for example. And a lot of the time when I pick up the ultramarine, it is granulating. And it comes to mind at the moment because Creating Cute Art and I are doing an art challenge together, which you guys are all welcome to join. And as part of that, we are she painted one of my original paintings, and I then painted her painting of my painting, and everyone's welcome to then paint my painting or her painting. And our hope is that in a few months we can look back and see all the faces that have been painted. And as a result of like painting darker skin, I use ultramarine. And it just kept granulating, so it was frustrating. But it's such a good, like, I find barn door. It's a good blue, like a good standard blue. If I could pick one blue, it would probably be ultramarine. Despite our love-hate relationship. It is made up of PB29. It's medium granulating, medium staining, and semi-transparent. Now we have phthalo blue, which is always Ooh, so intense. Look at that. This is the, is this the green shade? Yes, phthalo blue green shade. I need to add that. Oh, it is so beautiful. The thing with the phthalo blues, right, is I love them because they are so stunning. Something about them looks unnatural. Like I feel like I've never seen such a bright blue in nature. And yeah, I kind of wish I had. It's just so beautiful. It's made up of PB15-3. It's high staining, non-granulating, and transparent. Next, we have Ocean Blue, which I'm not going to lie, on the pan looks green. So keep hope alive. Let me show you. Whoop. Dropping it all over the place. Can you see? On the pan, it looks very green to me. But on the paper, it looks green too. Let's see. Okay, it's blue. Oh, and it granulates. Okay. Like when it's concentrated, it looks quite green. But when you water it down, it's actually a stunning blue color. Appropriately named Ocean Blue. It's made up of PBR24, which to be honest, I haven't heard of before. Let me actually get this from the, yeah, PBR24, PB15-3. I don't know what PBR24 is, but it is beautiful. And it's just granulating a whole bunch. Next, we have transparent turquoise. It is made up of PB15-3 again and PG7. It is high staining, non-granulating, absolutely beautiful and transparent. And wow. Again, looks greenish. I must say, these colors, I don't know how I'm going to use them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I am excited to do whatever that is. Thank you, Snow. Thank you for the heads up. I will have a look at it, Schminke. It's funny because Schminke is known for granulation and they may have the one blue I want. Thank you so much, Gentle Panic. Feel free to join. You know, the reason that we picked to do faces is that that's what neither of us like do on a regular basis. So we were like, okay, if we can go in public in front of the internet and everyone else and paint something that we are not that comfortable with, then surely everyone who's painting in private will then feel like they can experiment. So that's why we didn't pick something that we do all the time, you know, or that we're super comfortable with, because we wanted it to be fun and we wanted to encourage everyone to do it. So feel free to join. I have just finished my entry. I just need to like put the video together and show creating cute art first, and then I will show all of you very soon, most likely next week. This is Cobalt Teal, which is so pretty. It is PG50, it's non-staining, medium granulating, and semi-transparent. Can we just... So this is my new Roman Szmal palette. Let me put this to the side. I feel like now that I've swatched it, I can move these. I may still try and keep them in some sort of order. Tell me, do you guys keep these? I never know if I should actually be keeping the labels. There is one, I'll show you. Like, for example, this is the bottom. I'll put them here. And this one. I never know if I should like keep them. I don't know what it is in me, and or if it's like makes no sense to keep them. I guess in theory, if I've written them all down, then I don't need to keep them. The other part of me wants to just stick them down and see. Phthalo blue red shade. Oh, Quin Rose. I love Quin Rose. Which color is your favorite thus far? I know this is the thing. I was like, in theory, oh, I mean, this is stunning. It's actually okay. I'll do bigger swatches just to make sure that you can see it, and I'll probably take pictures and put them on my stories, so that you can see the granulation. But in the ocean blue, for example, I can't quite explain why, but I feel like I can see yellows and greens, and I think that it's actually the PBR 24. Must be like it's actually a brown that I'm seeing coming through, but that is just separating into the most beautiful colors because it looks green, blue, and yellow. This one is again beautiful. It's not granulating, so I guess it's true to its name. This one's medium granulation, but I'm not really seeing that many colors, which makes sense because it's single pigment. Which this is beautiful. The mineral violet. Okay, we knew I loved it. Oh yeah, the shadow violet. I can see why it's loved. I can definitely see why it's loved. Hey Moni, welcome. I've literally just been swatching my Roman Szmal palette. And Gentle Panic, I know what you mean. So you keep the wrappers and tape them to the back of the swatch cards. Welcome to the club, my friend. That's literally what I did for my Windsor and Newton. I created like a giant swatch card and just kept it here in case, I don't know, I just felt like maybe there would be some information that I hadn't written down that I would only find in the original things. So I literally just cut them all up and stuck them to this, which stays in here. You keep the labels as well. The ocean blue is absolutely stunning. I can see why. This, okay. So I may do that then. We'll make another swatch card, which I knew, to be honest, maybe to add to the one in my book, in my smaller book, and I'll stick them in. Because part of me was like, oh, I should throw them away, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So this is my big swatch book, as I mentioned, and because I made it ring bound, I can just take it out and then add it and then move it around. I'll show you ocean blue. Ocean blue is this bad boy right here is ocean blue. For those joining, I'll go through the names really quickly. So this is Aurelian Hue. This is quinacridone gold. Are we seeing? Yeah. So Aurelian Hue, quinacridone gold, natural sienna, pyrrole red, permanent alizarin crimson, Indian red, cypress burnt umber, hooker's green, which again is lovely, Pearlin green, which is like a nice moody green, shadow violet. I can see why it's loved. Like initially I was like, huh, what color is this? What's it even going to like separate? Is it even violet? But it's literally started separating into 3 different colors, which is beautiful. This is Payne's gray. This is a normal, and I love Payne's gray. I've already told you guys. This right here, mineral violet, it's so beautiful. You know, I can compare it to me. It's almost like Rose of Ultramarine from the videos I've seen. It's like a darker Rose of Ultramarine. Like I can see what it looks like red peeking through, as well as blues and purples, which makes sense, hence violet. Then there's Ultramarine Intense, Phthalo Blue, Ocean Blue, which may be the new bay because it's so beautiful. Greens, there's the PBR 24, which actually just looks like yellow speaking through. And then there's transparent turquoise and cobalt teal. And that is pretty much it. I may do like a quick painting. Are there any? I don't think I can do a bouquet with all of them and have them look, have them make sense. And with regards to the labels are actually true to color. The only things that I would say is, so this is true, this is true, this is true, The only thing I would say is like Pyrrole Red is much more vibrant in real life. This is true. Indian Red. Did I swatch them? Yeah. Indian Red looks a little bit more brown, so it's even more pigmented in real life. Cypress Burnt Umber is true. Hooker's Green is true. Um, the swatch of Perylene Violet, Perylene Green doesn't do it justice. The swatch of Shadow Violet doesn't do it justice. The swatch of Payne's Grey doesn't do it justice. The swatch of Mineral Violet does not do it justice. Uh, in Intense Phthalo Blue is true. Phthalo Blue is more pigmented in real life. Ocean Blue swatch does not do it justice. Transparent Turquoise is accurate, and Cobalt Teal is a little bit more pigmented in real life, but otherwise not bad. Because I now can't help myself, I will do a quick painting before I bid you adieu and go to bed. What is everyone up to this weekend? Anything fun? I will be studying all weekend. Life, the life we chose, eh? Okay. I want to use Ocean Blue for obvious reasons. So this is Ocean Blue. They are, and they're so affordable. I think half the full pan are like £3 each. I did get them when they were on sale, but I think even outside of like sale, it's in that ballpark. Like it was a 10% sale, for example. But this is so beautiful. It's such a nice color. I hope that the camera is able to illustrate that. Let's see how it moves. Wet on wet, it moves, but it's predictable. You know, last time I was live, I had Core, and Core literally has a mind of its own. Like Core watercolors will literally just, if there's any bit of moisture, it will run in that direction and not look back. With this, they're moving, but it's gentle. You know where it's going to be. I highly recommend them. Hey, Annabella, welcome. How do I store them? Single pans, but they're just loose at the moment. Yeah, I did say, I don't mind repeating, of course not. I bought this. So I bought a watercolor palette from Amazon, Madine, and it comes with £half, but I just took out the £half and put in these basically to store. To be honest, I wanted to get the 24 set, but one of them would have taken absolute ages, and the other one, for some reason, the other ones for some reason were more expensive than getting the big set. So I decided to get the big set because really and truly, there's a good chance I want to get more. Hey, back in home, welcome. This is Shadow Violet. I may actually make it a small flower and use it. Happy Mother's Day in advance, Colleen. Our Mother's Day was on the 27th of March. These colors are so nice. Feel free to ask back in home. What else? Which color should we? Yeah, mineral violet. I feel like these were the perfect avenue for me to make my way into like granulating colors. Does that make sense? Like they are so beautiful and so stunning. I'm so excited to use them. And also I got such a wide range of colors that if I don't know if I do get the Schminke granulating colors, I probably won't need to get as many and it will be like a fully informed decision. I will once this is done, I will look back on this video to see how like accurate the swatches are on camera, if that makes sense. But I can honestly see why it was so highly recommended. Hey, oh, that's a good question. Um, to be perfectly honest, my Himimias dry out? Yes, they did very quickly. So you can try and store them. I've seen some people almost not take off the whole lid, like just peel the edge and use it from time to time. That was a bit too tedious for me, so I didn't do that. Himimiya do sell a solution that they say will reduce like its drying time, but there's also I think Moni, if she's still here, can mention it. She there's like a Winsor and Newton watercolor medium that's meant to extend the time of drying, and in theory you can add that to gouache or you can add gum arabic to gouache and mix it in, and that will give you, in theory, more time to work with. That should prolong their life state. I haven't tried it, but that's what I've seen recommended. Oh, guys, these colors are so beautiful. I can't. I don't even think you understand. There's just something so nice about after a long day, long day at work, coming home and painting with wonderful supplies while chatting to people who like also love art supplies. You're more than welcome back in home. White Knight does a cool palette that fits 5 rows of pants instead of 4. That's clever. Thank you. I'm still using just these 3 colors, which are ocean blue because I can't get over it, mineral violet because I can't get over it, and shadow violet because again I can't get over it. Yes, that's Moni's replied. So it was in her last haul, which was amazing. I literally was like, oh, I should go to bed, but I can't. I just need to finish watching this. And some more violet. And up here. I think these 3 are my favorite colors. Like, hands down. Do they go together? Maybe, maybe not. But do I love them? Yes. Yes, I do. And this. And some more shadow violet. And then this bouquet will be done. Is anyone working on any fun projects at the moment, art-wise? I can't wait. I literally just messaged Creating Cute Art like an hour ago to be like, I've finished the painting. I finished it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Moni. It's literally like my go-to switch off kind of, yeah, way. I love loose florals. And it's so funny because I feel like when I look back at my work, like the artwork that I love most, I tend to prefer like my ink work more, or yeah, like my inks. I basically prefer my drawings to my paintings a lot of the time, but I really enjoy painting more, which was, oh, look at that bleed into it, which was why at a point I remember thinking like, oh, um do I continue doing watercolor paintings even though they're not as popular on the algorithm? And I know you shouldn't think about things like that, but it's just almost like it's hard to not think about what people like when you literally keep seeing likes go up and down on Instagram. So I could see that the art that I liked the most, looking at the most, which was my inks, was also the art that tended to like be most popular. But then I was like, do I do what I think I'm better at, or do I do what I enjoy most? And as you can tell, I decided to go with what I enjoyed most. Hey, Erica, thank you so much for joining. You're painting fabric for bags. Oh, wow. That's lovely. Think that like these are definitely my favorite colors. I know it looks like dark and moody and like I'm going through something, but I think they're just beautiful colors and they just happen to be dark, moody colors. Then let's see. Any color suggestions on which ones we should do next? And I'll do a quick bouquet. Mm, or any colors that I should mix. Thank you so much, Moni. Yeah, Moni, you'll find out about the new painting that I did very soon because it's, as you know, creating cute art and I are doing an art challenge called CNS Calling, and as part of that, she painted one of my paintings, and I repainted her painting, and now I have to nominate someone to to try to carry it on. Absolutely no pressure, but yeah, so I'm excited that I have finished it. Literally, I finished it last night. Um, didn't go to bed early because I was so excited. I just wanted to keep painting. Shall I? Let's see which colors we should do. I want to make it a bit brighter and happier. So we can try some yellows. Let's see the quinacridone. Let's do the quinacridone gold. Yeah, yellow. Great minds think alike, Erica. So I was like, oh, let's make it happier. We'll do two completely separate color palettes. I also kind of want to see how. That's the thing. When you start, then you're like, oh, I want to see how they blend together. I want to see which color mixes work nicely together. Yellow, red, and green. I will certainly try. Oh, the red is actually, I want to try the permanent alizarin crimson because it is red and it is punchy, but it's slightly different. Thank you, Jill. Let's go here. And I almost want to make them bleed into each other. This actually looks less like a red and more like a pink. It's nice that it can lean to both. So this is permanent alizarin crimson and quinacridone gold. And let's see what happens when we mix both of them. Random question. When you guys paint, are you the like neat type who will do you like mix your colors into each other, or are you neater than that? No judgment. Creating not today, Moni. Creating QR uploaded it last week. So after she uploaded it, she gave it to me to then continue and paint. I just need to wait. Actually, has she uploaded today? I think she has uploaded today. I think she has actually. I stand corrected. I need to go and look at it. She's gonna keep asking me like, why do I do this? Like, I did try to put notice this time in terms of going on. Don't know if you guys noticed. What looks hard to paint back in home? Yeah, pretty much orange peachy color. This color here, hold on. Let's water it down a little bit more. Different renditions of this color. I want it a little bit pinkish, more pink. But because I find, because they're both so overpowering, they keep changing. And now green. So what did you suggest, Jill? PBK31 and a yellow. I don't think I have. Oh, Perm and green is our PBK31. And I'm going to try and clean between to look respectable on camera. And here we have green. So I'll show you it mixed. And then I'll show you it on its own. I feel like the green that I want is actually, this is Hooker's green. Hold on. I just want it a little bit brighter. Oh, guys, look at that green. I just like how like yellowy it is. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. And this is the PBK, what? This is PBK 31, aka Perlin Green on its own. We'll do like a little leaf here so that we can see it. And it's so nice and moody. And something should be here. Ah, prepare them before painting. that, that makes sense. I am also the type of person, like, once my aunt was visiting and I was cooking, and she was literally completely shocked, probably appalled. She's really nice. Probably appalled because, like, when I cook, I'm literally I can't even remember what I was making. Maybe it was like rice or stew or something. But I'm the type, I don't prepare anything beforehand. So I was literally like, I was cutting the onions over the oil. I then went and I got the meat and I, like, started adding the seasoning, then like was getting the prawns. So literally, like, there was nothing was pre-prepared. She was like, wait, don't you use like a chopping board to cook, to they use a chopping board to cut everything up beforehand and then uh use it? And I was like, No, I literally just cut it in hand, knife in hand, split it into bits and then cut it into the pot. And I just thought that was normal. And she was just like, what? Where's your chopping board? I was like, I don't have a chopping board. And I think my I've obviously carried that into painting as well. So this is, I literally picked up Perlin Violet and then mixed it with, no, I picked up Shadow Violet and then mixed it with a bit of Perlin Green to just try and make like this darker green. Why? Because gotta love a little bit of contrast. And how does everyone else paint? Organized or messy? Absolutely no judgment. Oh, thank you so much, Cupcake. That is so nice of you, honestly. Um, I honestly don't mind doing tutorials. It's just that when I did like loose floral tutorials, they weren't that popular. So I just thought people didn't want to see them. To be fair, at the time I did have 9 subscribers. So perhaps that was what was playing a bigger role. But I was like, oh, okay. Because like I said, I've always felt that my drawings were better than my paintings anyway. So I thought it's okay. I will just continue to do paintings because I enjoy them, and I will also do other things, and that's okay. Oh, dark roast. Dark, aka Craxon roast. Welcome. These colors are absolutely stunning. I can't even lie. Any suggestions on any other colors? Uh, I am, the thing is, I think I am a convenience color person, but I want to be a can mix anything person. So part of me was going to do a challenge where I basically like just use 3 paints, because automatically, like, even as I'm painting now, you'll notice I'll be like, okay, I'm going to use these colors, and then all of a sudden I start mixing. But I was like, oh, I'm just literally going to carry 3 palettes for a week and only paint with those and see what happens. I mean, 3 pans, not like palettes. That would be cheating. Mm, honestly, I think that Cracksons was an accurate representation. We should let their marketing department know. I'm trying to see what other colors we would go nicely together or could mix nicely together. What type of watercolor do I hate? At the moment, I really don't hate any. Is that bad? Like, they're all different and they're all PG50 and a cool red. They're all different, and I wouldn't use them like all the time, but there are none really, well, there's only one set that I hate. It's called like Major Brushes or something like that. It's like super super cheap on Amazon, has like 5,000 people, 4.5 stars or something like that. That is literally the one brand you couldn't pay me enough to use. um Don't sue me, my opinion. We're all entitled to it. But apart from that, no, that is accurate. I actually did watch Kimberly Clark. She has a lot of really good videos, and one of them was about mixing your own schminke colors. And I was like, wow, I could just buy this palette and mix it all myself. And then I was like, or I could get something else. Um, mm, Misty Morning, Geo PG50 and a cool red. I'll try it. I'm interested to see how they go. You'll notice reds aren't really my go-tos. Don't really have, it's not that I have something against them, it's just for some reason I'm never like drawn to them. You remember on one of my live streams I did it specifically, the aim being to use the what did I want to use? To use up my reds, basically. And I ended up making the whole painting look like it was on fire, which was not intentional. So let's see. PG50. Whoa, this is beautiful. I don't know if you meant for me to mix it together, but I did, and I love it. Just 1 second. My battery is about to die. Standard. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Ooh. You know, as computers get older, you just don't know how long you have before they actually completely betray you and die. But it was saying it was 9%, so hopefully we're all good. Thank you so much. The thing is, I have used, let me go back to it. I have used some cheap watercolors, and I do have like, whoa, look at that. This is Permanent Alizarin Crimson and Shadow Violet, courtesy of JL. Can you see how beautiful this color is? And because the Shadow Violet is granulating, this color has also started to granulate. Do you mean for swatching, Moni? Let's do some more. Maybe one day I'll be like a neat painter. Look at me mixing all these colors together. Yeah, this honestly is such a beautiful color. Let's do another small flower there. Almost do it like a rosebud, you know? Yeah, but I don't know. The reason, like, I honestly love loose florals because I do find them relatively low stress to do, because no one can tell me that I've done it wrong. You may say you don't agree, you may say you don't like the composition, but you cannot tell me that it is wrong, because in theory it's just like, it's abstract, isn't it? Ooh. Let's see. Let me do another color here. This violet. So mixing mineral violet with permanent alizarin crimson, and again it should just be like a different version of like a nice different purple. Yeah, super rich. Aren't these colors so beautiful? Okay, I can see the benefit of literally like painting with your art supplies straight away, because I'm not even gonna lie, if it wasn't for this YouTube channel, there's a good chance that I would be like, oh, they're so nice. I'm gonna keep them for 1 year before I use them. I'm really gonna like learn about color theory and then I'm going to like experiment with them. And it's just something that I'm trying to break out of and stop doing. I want to actually start using the supplies, and this is why. Because how else will you learn these beautiful mixes? Thank you so much. Yeah, Joel, you are really, really good at colors. And I haven't used any Payne's Grey. Very unlike me. What do we think? Yay? Leaving Daniel Smith for Roman. Honestly, it's unreal. I totally, totally agree. It's like a little dark horse. When I asked our favorites, loads of people like Roman Szmal, Roman Szmal. I was like, okay, I wanted to save up for schminke, and don't get me wrong, spoiler alert, I did get some schminke, but it hasn't arrived yet. But when it does, I will do a video, and then I think honestly, it will probably start being the phase out of me doing hauls. As much as I love them, it's just not sustainable. Shall we do? I kind of want to do another thing with the blues. So maybe like one more with the blues. One of my lights died, but it's okay. Thank you. So that's what I just want to make sure you can see what we've done so far. This is courtesy of JL. This was courtesy of Colleen. This was courtesy of me just loving these granulating colors. Oh, too close. Mic in the way. Let's move that. Can you see that? Can you see the granulation? Oh, Montmartre. I have not tried Montmartre, to be perfectly honest, but I feel like I don't like their paints. Like I tried one of I don't think it was their watercolor paints. I tried Hello? Are you guys still there? So, in all the excitement, and please let me know if you are. Oh no, she did warn us. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Uh, Cupcake, if you have Instagram, show me. I'm really interested to see. My Instagram is at Sketches.n.Scrubs. Which colors is the last one I painted? I will start replying. Okay, you're here. Okay, good. I'm so sorry. So basically, um, my phone overheated. I don't know how that happens in the UK. Today's like the first day that it's been over 15 degrees, and yeah, my phone completely overheated and shut down. So that's why that happened. I'm sorry. I am Dynamine, aka Angela. The colors that I used for this last one, so I'm just gonna have to show it like this, but unfortunately, I won't be doing any more. I can't do another painting. Unfortunately, I can't do another painting like top down because my phone refuses. Can you see me? So the colors that I used were PB50, which was the shadow violet, and then permanent alizarin crimson for these two. And this one that's a little bit darker was mineral violet and permanent alizarin crimson. I feel like there's no light on me. Oh, there we go. So, Cupcake, if you have Instagram and you don't mind, then show me. I love seeing that. Yes, please tag me. Perfect. Good. Excellent. So, these are the three that we have done. And I think, unfortunately, YouTube is betraying me, slash, my iPhone is betraying me and won't let me do any more. So, these three will have to do for now. But I trust that you enjoyed it, and I trust that you also had a good time and that we found a gem, because Roman Szmal is an unsung hero. Definitely exceeded my expectations. What are you supposed to be doing, Dark Roast? Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, I love chat. I'm happy to chat with you guys as I paint, to be perfectly honest. Um, Dela Rani watercolors. Um, I think it depends on their watercolors. I've tried their Simply range and it was not good. But I've tried their like normal acrylics and they were good. I haven't tried their normal watercolors, but for the most part, like for example, this, my go-to like paper that I've been using, like my go-to wood pulp paper. And I know everyone says, cotton is best. And I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying I haven't moved on to cotton at the moment. I'm still very much like using wood pulp. So this is my Dale Rani. So I would say yes, they probably are good. I just haven't tried them myself. Mont, I don't know. I tried their paper and I didn't like it. And it kind of put me off trying their paints. You're not an idiot. Don't worry, it happens to me all the time. That is a really great idea. If you don't mind, I'm genuinely happy to do that, because normally when I'm painting, I am watching crime dramas. And I think it would be a nice change to do something else. I can't believe my phone overheated. Yeah, I do love their papers. Welcome, Anne. Thank you so much. Yeah, Holbein Holbein I have tried and I loved. And if you've seen my last live stream, I was painting with them and comparing them to core because an amazing subscriber actually gifted me a set. But they are not cheap. They are definitely not cheap. Which isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but it's what it is. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't like their paper. Dark roast, woman after my own heart. Honestly, I've heard. I think last time we were live, someone was saying like that I'd like true crime. I haven't tried watching it yet, um, but I'm open to it. At the moment, I'm watching NCIS. Honestly, I think purely because I needed something that just had like a lot of seasons. I just like consistency. I like knowing that for the next 6 months I have a show to watch. But I've heard true crime so many times and I've seen like lots of memes about true crime as well. So I will probably end up watching that. But normally, like before NCIS, it was, Criminal Minds, Major Crimes, The Closer. I think you get the idea. Rookie Blue. And then I also liked law dramas. In particular, The Good Wife. I really, really like The Good Wife at the time. And then I tried to get into the spin-off, but it wasn't quite the same. I think they did the spin-off is like The Good Fight. But yeah, I didn't like it as much. I watched Suits for a lot of it, but then I got bored of it. And I think sometimes the problem is if like there is a big break, which means that I start watching something else, I then find it a bit harder to get back into. All things apart from like Grey's Anatomy, which I also still love and I also still watch. I will check after. Thank you for doing that. Would you be happy me putting it on my story? Yay or nay? No pressure. And where is everyone watching from? Whereabouts in the world are you? I love NCIS. So I say only. I am currently on season 11. I think I've just finished season 11 actually, which is a bit shameful because I only recently started. Um but I just love it. Not only that, I really love like some of the characters. I kind of think I have a crush on Agent Donoso on there. It's not even like kind of thing. I definitely do. I know I'm also watching it 10 years behind. So there are many reasons why we can never be, but it is a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, I've heard this mentioned quite a lot. Yeah. It is live. I don't know why I was stuttering. I'm sorry. There's also like a little bit of a thing. I find it amazing that you're in London, Annabella. I'm so close. I'm practically London. I'm London depending on who you ask. Some people say I'm not. There are red buses nearby, so in theory, London-esque, if you like. Malaysia, wow. What time is it, Gentle Panic? Ah, Jill, Georgia. Reminds me of the song Midnight Train. Just me. I'm sure you get that all the time. Germany. You're lucky then. Schminken must be so nicely priced. Do you know how much it is roughly in in Germany. I know that in theory it doesn't necessarily make sense for me to go to Germany to buy Schminke, but if I happen to find myself in Germany, is it worth finding an art shop? That's all I'm asking. So normally it's, yeah, definitely crime dramas. Germany. Oh, and I'm so jealous. I can't even explain. I honestly, if you look at my browser, my like history for today, I just kept looking at like best beaches. Obviously, I know it's Cornwall. It's 5-ish hours away from me. And I was looking for places to stay, like a hotel or just like having a nice break. But it's always so expensive and it looks so beautiful. So I think it's something that I'm just gonna have to like save for. Um and then rent a car and make my way. Like I've wanted to go for years. Years. Did I miss Miranda? I've seen you say hey Miranda, but I didn't see Miranda. London suburbs, exactly. Mississippi. Oh my gosh, gentle panic. Are you like you just woke up or you haven't slept? That is my question. Why is it too late, Deborah? Definitely consider it. That being said, maybe it's because I live here and you know that whole saying of like a prophet is never recognized in their own land. And I kind of like get that, but I'm kind of like London is okay. But I think before I discovered all the art shops, I was like, oh, it's like any other place. And then once I discovered the art stores, I was like, okay, I can see why people love it so much. I've just done like a quick one. Again, this is with the three last blues. Can you see them? This way. So it's ocean blue, transparent turquoise, and cobalt teal. But I didn't use that much ocean blue. So this is transparent turquoise. Tell a lie. Yeah, no, this is transparent turquoise. This is ocean blue, and I haven't actually used that much cobalt teal, but I will. Oh, hey Miranda, I see how my order must be funny because your hay came back after Midnight Train to Georgia. Honestly, said I'm leaving. I don't know if I can sing and not get reported for copyright. It would be. I do feel like plain. I do feel like I should make the most of. I should definitely go out more. Even like I said, like for this course, a lot of it is online, and I'm just thinking it would be nice to find different cafes like I did before and just study in a nice part of London. And then after the course is done, paint and look around and try and discover London more. I definitely think that post pandemic, I started experiencing London a lot better because I started painting, and it's almost like I started looking at everything with like a new lens and a new perspective. Um, Probably because I started painting. So I put it up on my story how I walked past this pole and I stopped because it honestly looked like it had like it was green and it was rusty and it almost looked like it was made with granulating paint. It just looked so beautiful. And I've walked past this pole undoubtedly hundreds of times over the past 2 years, but it was just like more recently that I actually started looking more at my environment and everything started looking so much better. But yeah, I would Love to go to Cornwall. I genuinely did look for an Airbnb in Cornwall or a hotel um earlier today and yesterday. But then I was like, really and truly, I can't get to like it's a 5 hour drive. So it would basically mean that I wouldn't be listening or watching or participating in the course. Because how can I be if I'm also driving 5 hours to Cornwall? Dark roast, one day. It is very likely that I will do that. Oh, it was just me. Hi, Miranda. I need to catch up on your videos. I saw you and creating cute art popped up on my recommended right before I went live. Oh, Deborah, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I will try and share bits of London with you. Gentle panic. So you're night owl like myself. I am very, very much. Oh, let's see what colors. You're too sweet, Money. It's just genuinely like, yeah. Maybe I will do. My mom is like, "Oh, you take this for." She always tells me that not that I'm like taking it for granted in a bad way, but because I'll be like, "Oh, it, anyone can do it. No one like wants to see it." And she's like, "Why can't you see that your art is amazing?" But I tell her, "You're my mom. You would say that." My mom is the best. I can't believe and that's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Thank you, Deborah. I love them too. I do feel like sometimes I do feel like, oh, I can't go to the shop unless I buy something, which isn't true, but I keep buying stuff, which is why I don't go as much as I would like. Um Also they're near-ish me, but they're not like that near. They're like an hour and a half or so away by public transport. Definitely doable though. And I've seen like another one. I found one near me actually. Um and I went and I did a little bit of recording and I will probably post it soon. This is Schminke. I can't believe that they're expensive now. I don't know how to send anything to Ukraine. I will pray for you, Deborah. And definitely hugs from across the way. Yeah, I'm definitely like that. I'm trying to see it better. I do find, and funnily or not, that funnily enough, that a lot of the time when I do, because I like doing a lot of polls on Instagram to be like, oh, which one is your favorite? And almost always, a lot of the time, I will put something that I think is clearly much better than the other together. So it's quite often something that I really love with something that I'm like, yeah, it's okay, right? And almost always, almost always, the thing that I love, the thing that I think without a doubt is clearly the winner will be will lose. It's always my artwork, right? Like I'm never putting up other people's artwork versus other people's artwork or anything like that. It's always my artwork, and I'm always like, oh, yeah, this is the best thing, and then like, yeah, this is okay. I need something to compare it to. Let me put it together, and yeah, almost always, genuinely. But I kind of like that because people not liking my favorite thing will not make me like my favorite thing less. But people liking my not favorite thing will make me look at it with a more critical eye, like, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. So quite a lot of the time after the polls, I end up um appreciating my art a little bit more because something that I thought was clearly just about okay ends up being liked more than my favorite thing. Mm. Oh, a Gallo. I have looked at them and they look amazing. Um I've looked at their videos of them. They're just at the moment too expensive for me to buy. I can see why they're expensive. I don't doubt that they're worth it, but I can't do it right now. But I've heard that they are amazing. I find that too. The art that I'm literally like when I'm literally just messing around tends to be a lot more liked than my final pieces. Although to be honest, I don't know if it's because it's watercolor and it means that I'm doing a lot of it on paper. They never quite feel like completely finished pieces. But yeah, I was looking at getting like a Gallo did a launch like another because at the time I don't know if they're still doing it now that they've been featured on Jackson's as well. They're being sold on Jackson's. I don't know if they're going to continue this, but before they used to like close the shop and then open and only launch at a particular day. So I was going to get their March edition, but then um I didn't in the end because I'd got another haul. I'd bought something else. So I couldn't get it, but maybe one day soon. So hard loving all these art supplies. So this is another one. Can you see? They're not connected. They are. Yeah, no, they didn't do many at all. Thank you. Thank you guys. They didn't do many launches. Thank you. Honestly, I think we have the best community on YouTube. I also feel it's like a secret, don't you? I doubt other people have a community as nice as we do. At least that's my opinion. So I'm gonna do one with cobalt teal because I think last time I got confused as to which blues I was using. So it may have been that was actually cobalt teal. I think it was, just reminds me of the ocean. And I'll then do transparent turquoise. I almost feel like, and I don't know if you'd agree with this. Whose birthday is it? Oh, thank you. Look at me being like, whose birthday is it? I've been celebrating my birthday for the past few months, and honestly, if I still could, I would. That's why when I was like looking at like staycations, I was like, it's okay, I can do it. It's my birthday. If not now, when? Right? I just feel like we all work too hard and don't take enough breaks. Yes, I tried core. It was amazing. It's my if you haven't seen it, my last live stream last week, I was basically playing around with core and Holbein, which I was gifted by an amazing subscriber. Um and I was literally just comparing the two. And core is genuinely like nothing I've seen before because it just moves on the page like just has so much energy. I don't know how it does it. And I think we said that it has like aqua pour or something like that. So it doesn't have like, the normal gum arabic or binder. It has something different, which is why it just moves the way that it does. Um and Holbein is so beautiful and created the most nice washes. And in fact, that's why I ended up using for the challenge that I'm doing with creating cute art. That's called CNS Calling. I ended up using Holbein. No worries. Yeah, honestly, it just spreads. It just absolutely spreads. And that's the thing. I kind of wonder how those of you who have used it and do like it and do love it, how do you use it? Because I almost feel like it's so unpredictable. Do you, I guess, do you fight it? Do you try to control it, or do you just let it go where it wants to go? I think especially for me because I don't do very much forward planning, aka absolutely none, before I do my paintings. I don't know if it's going to lead to like beautiful accidents or absolute disasters. All about the water control. Yeah, it is. But that's the thing, it doesn't quite, I don't know, it moves differently. So it's not even because I then try to do, if you haven't seen the video, then you might want to and just fast forward to the bits of most interest. But do I have it on me? It doesn't like even when I was doing the washes, for example, it's not that it like it's almost like you can see the two colors when you put two colors wet on wet together. It's not as if they blend. You can see the two colors like almost fighting for space. So they all like end up being quite separate. Um, Definitely interesting and definitely like no other color I've seen before. And that's the thing. I think moving forward, what I'll probably do is all these a lot of these colors, a lot of these brands, some of them like have very beautiful specific colors. Some of them have very unique qualities. So I think I'm going to try and build up on the unique qualities and colors as opposed to getting the sets, because yeah, I think that's just how I can get the most out of um what I have. Hey Shadow, welcome. Yeah, no, course crazy expensive. Again, honestly, can I just say when I received this, so basically the subscriber got in touch and asked me if I wanted some paints. And I said, yes, thank you so, so much. She didn't tell me what paints, she didn't tell me when they were coming. She just said, okay, she'll send them. And then like a child, I checked my front door every day for a few days. And then they came. And as soon as they came, I like dropped my stuff on the floor as soon as I walked in. And opened them. And I was so confused initially because it didn't like quite register. So I was looking at the pack, especially like say I had the Holbein pack. And because it had like red and green, I was like, is this Christmas paint? I didn't like read it. I was just like, wow, it's amazing. And then I looked and I opened the case and I saw core and I was like, this is cool. And then I looked at the other one. I was like, wait, is that a Holbein? I was completely blown away. So next thing, I called my mum. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at this amazing gift that I've got. And after I called my mum, I called my sister. I was like, oh my goodness, look at this amazing, and like video call to show them. And then after I called my sister, I called my brother. And then I was like, oh, this will just be easier to do a family chat. So then I did a family chat and I was like, look at this amazing gift. And I was literally like absolutely blown away. And they were really happy for me. But like I said in the video, I feel like they don't get it as much as you guys will understand. Do you know what I mean? They were like, oh, okay, you got paints. That's nice. And I was like, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is like, I have no words. And I didn't ask for it. And yeah, I was, even now, every time I think about it, I feel like a child again. I literally, so that's why I had to like make the video. And yeah, I'm just so grateful. Basically, I can't thank them enough. Um, Windsor and Newton are from Arteza. I haven't tried Arteza. I know that it's super popular, like on Amazon and with lots of YouTubers, but I haven't tried them. I tried their watercolor sketchbooks and I didn't like it. The one that I used, I really didn't like. And then I was going to use it as a swatch book. But then I was like, does it make sense to swatch all my colors in a book that I don't like? Not really. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to do for it. Maybe use it for gouache. If it doesn't work for watercolor, try gouache. If it doesn't work with gouache, try pastels. But I'll find something for it. Um, Honestly, my lives are very sporadic because they depend on like work. So, for example, today I finished work 1.5 hours late. So I was going to go live on at 8, and then I had to push it back a bit. Um, but I would like to try and go live once a week. It just depends on what else I have going on. I might try again next Friday. Is really Gentle Planet, definitely try watching the last video I did. I'll show you the paintings I did from there, but it's not just about the paintings, it's more about like the quality of the paint. I'll show you. So for example, this will be hard to remember. Okay, let me show you this one because I remember this. So do I remember this? Yes, I do. So for example, this is the painting that I did when I was doing the core and Holbein, like just playing around with them. And this one is Holbein, and this one here is core. But it's not just about the colors. Like Holbein was, it's so vibrant. Both of them are vibrant. And actually say core is quite often like was more pigmented quite a lot of the time, but it was just about the way they move on the paper. I found that I could get some really nice blends with the Holbein, and with the core I really liked the colors. But this was my example that I did, and I don't know if it will make sense if you're not watching it live, but basically this, oh okay, this is Holbein. So I basically like wet this entire area and then I did drops of paint so that you can see where so that you can see how the colors flow. Let me show you. Sorry, I hope this doesn't feel trippy. Can you see? Yeah. Focus, focus. Yes. Okay. So I basically wet the whole area and then put dots. So you can almost kind of see how the colors spread. So the yellow spread like a little bit, this spread a little bit, this spread a little bit. This here is the core. And I did the same thing, like ignore the edges because then I started doing something else. But I don't know if you can see like how the colors spread a lot more. And I do think if you see the video, it will make a lot more sense that I literally put like the blue here and it spreads across. But it's not when they spread, it's not that they start blending automatically, is that the colors are just fighting for territory, basically. Not which is just like different. It's different to anything I've seen before. Hello, up close and personal. Let's see. They're definitely fun to play with. Yeah, it was my very first Happy Meal. Thank you. And not only that, I was like, she told me, I hope I'm not wonky, but she basically said, please use this. Like the reason that she was sending it was because, she wasn't going to be able to use them and she wanted me to use them. And I was like, normally I could easily keep these and it be something that I show my great grandchildren to be like, look at the gift that I was given 50 years ago, and it would still be in pristine condition. But because she said, please use them, that's what I want. I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. And yeah, like you say, my family meant well and they were happy that I was happy, but I don't feel like lay people like I don't feel like people who don't love art supplies as much as we do fully understand why we get so excited about them. Yeah. And no, exactly. They have no idea how much it costs. Like even when I did my last haul, like all my hauls, I genuinely always feel like, oh, it's gonna be massive. My last haul, I thought it's gonna be absolutely massive. I bought so much because I'd spent so much. But then when you look at the actual number of physical items, it doesn't do it justice. Like I can't fully explain how much I spent, how I spent, how much I spent. Like the Strathmore books, for example, were £28 each. There was four of them. Like, it all adds up. Hey Tiama, welcome. Honestly, absolutely love them. I I don't know about the 100% sketchbook in itself, but I am tempted by their normal sketchbooks. I saw a landscape version of it and I really like the feel of the paper. I just I prefer portrait books, so I didn't buy that one because again, I also have so many. Honestly, yeah, I can't. I don't know why, because Arteza seem to be super, super popular, especially here on YouTube, but I really didn't like the paper. And it was of a sketchbook, and I don't know if it's just a sketchbook that I used and the other papers are better, but time will tell. Um no, oh, thank you. I'm way behind. Sorry, let me catch up. Good vibes, definitely good vibes. That is impressive. Um I keep telling myself that perhaps I will do that, but I just feel like knowing playing to my strengths. If that's another thing that I add to my to-do list, I just won't get it done. um yeah, that's honestly how it moves. Gentle Panic core moves like ink on paper, and different inks fighting themselves. Thank you, Snow. I'll make a note of that. uh I've also tried Caddy sketchbooks. I'm not sure where mine is at the moment. They're like rag paper, 100% cotton, but rag paper. So I will probably compare them to my Bao Hong. That's the other paper that I have, Bao Hong, 100% watercolor paper, 100% cotton watercolor paper, which I think works quite nicely. But I haven't compared it to Archer's yet. 100% adds up. Yeah, again, they just cost so much. Until 2:30. No, today will not be till 2:30 because I have a course tomorrow. I should be studying, like really and truly, I should be studying in preparation for the course. And once I am off this call, I will probably study for an hour and then get up and then go. But I just really enjoy our live streams. I think I'm gonna make it a regular thing. Like 2 hours into the live stream, it's like, oh, I'm live. Yeah, Bahong's also really nice. I will make, well, I was recording a video amongst many, and one of the videos that I was recording, because I have it here, this is the cold press one. One of the videos that I was recording was comparing it to the De La Rowney, which I'm using at the moment. It's been so long, whoops, other way. It's been so long that I'm gonna have to do some more paintings. This is Bahong, this is De La Rowney, and this is Cotman. But it is really nice. And I think where the clear difference will lie is in layering. A lot of the time, as you probably saw from my florals, I don't like do much layering apart from when I'm doing landscapes, then I do. So I'll do like a few landscape paintings and then see. But let me show you, because really and truly, I should go to bed. So this is what we did today. We swatched Roman Szmal. I have those, you know. I haven't used them yet. I have their blocks, not their sketchbooks. The Paul Rubens. Kalinichta. I am Dynamine. Thank you so much for joining, Dynamine. Thank you so much for joining, Miranda. I'm also paying a due. Yeah. You have to be careful when you order them because their blocks look like books, which means that you could order a block thinking that you're actually ordering a sketchbook. At the moment, it is 23:04, so 11 p.m., which isn't too bad. Last time we were live until like my 2:30. But yeah, thank you so much. This is what we swatched. Can you see? And it's the Roman Szmal colors. Of these, my favorites are, and I'll show you these three. I don't actually know if the lighting is great. I'll take this off again. Can you see a good view? So these three are my favorites. And this is basically Mineral Violet, which is absolutely beautiful. And I will be posting pictures so that you can see as well. Get close up. So Mineral Violet is stunning. Ocean Blue, again, absolutely stunning. And also Shadow Violet. They are my three favorites. Then, courtesy of JL, we saw that if you mix Shadow Violet with Permanent Alizarin Crimson, so if you mix these two colors together, then you get these beautiful colors. And that's pretty much it. And then the rest was just me messing around. Oh, Temple, I'm sorry. We're just saying goodnight. Thank you so much for joining, Colleen. And Let me put you back. Hey. So I must leave you guys. But thank you. Oh, can you see me? Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, not only that, but it almost looks like to me, and I will get Rose of Ultramarine, but it almost looks like a version of that. But it is stunning. I'm so glad you joined too, Dark Roast. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gentle Panic. Which two are they? What do you mean, Deborah? Thank you, Equal Geeky. And I can see someone said hi to Temple, but I don't see Temple's name. So hi, oh Temple, I see you. Oh, you've been quiet watching over here. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you. Hi, Delia. I'm sorry we're going to bed. At least I'm going to bed. I think this page is my favorite. These are the swatches. And then these are some. Thank you so much. And thank you for the suggestion, Jill. Definitely check out Instagram to see close-ups of the colors. Good night. Have an amazing day. Oh, the bottom one I'm showing is, so this one, before I go, so no question unanswered. So this bottom flower here, is mineral violet mixed with permanent alizarin crimson. These two here, so this big one and this small one, are shadow violet with permanent alizarin crimson, and then it's different mixtures of them to make the same leaves. So primarily shadow violet with little bits of permanent alizarin crimson peeking through on the leaves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Good night.